Well, howdy everybody. This is a little bit different. I'm not necessarily taking a look at watching anything today. I mentioned a little while ago that I quite like doing art and drawing. I thought I'd just sit down, do a casual video. I put out a community post asking you guys if there was anything specifically about Arcane you wanted me to go over. I thought I'd just go over that whilst basically going over a little sketch I did about a week or so ago, where I have basically done a little cartoon of Cait and Vi. And it's really cute and I really like it. So I thought I'd basically work on finishing that up and colouring it in whilst just going over some of the comments you guys have left me. So yeah, just a really casual vid. Don't really know whether I'm going to go with this, but hey, it's here. Here it is. Just making sure everything will record properly because this is, knowing my luck, it's still going to go to poop. But yeah, this is the original sketch that I did. It was just I was like, what? I can't remember what video. Oh no, it was one of the edit videos when I was watching the Arcane Instagram edits. And it was like that showed that mongoose where it was like between the mongoose and the oil slick and Cait and Vi. And because I didn't really know what a mongoose was before the show. And so I looked up a picture of it the other night and I thought, oh, it actually does look like Caitlyn. So I did this initial sketch that looks like this. This was the initial sketch that I did without the bubble, the speech bubble. And it really does look like Caitlyn and Vi. So I did Vi as a raccoon and I've done Caitlyn as a mongoose. And they really do. They really, really, really do look like each other, don't they? And they really look like Cait and Vi. I've done Vi's sort of slightly longer hair as well. It really is Caitlyn's eyebrows. I'm really proud of it. I really like the sketch. So that was basically the initial sketch. And then I basically thought, no, this could almost be like a comic book and I could move it down and have something underneath it. So I then went with this next bit, which is where Jinx shows up. And because I think it was in the Q&A, we said like, if Caitlyn was a mongoose and Vi was a raccoon, what would the other characters be? And I said Jinx is a cat, for sure. She's a stray cat. And it was like, Jace is like a dog. Victor's also got very cat-like energy. We were trying to go through everybody. So I did Jinx as like a little sort of cat thing, but she also does here look a bit like a squirrel. And so I don't know whether in the sketch to actually make her look more like a blue squirrel, because she does give off more squirrel vibes actually than a cat. She's got sort of that sort of jumpiness that a squirrel has. So maybe I'll do that instead as a squirrel. It'd be quite cute. I don't really have a style yet either, to be honest with you. I want to do some actual like, these are obviously like a cartoon and they're sort of like an animal style. I am going to at some point do an actual sit-down drawing video where I draw humanoid characters. So I might do Cait or Vi or maybe even like Mizu. Maybe I'll do like a Blue Eye Samurai Q&A and that's what I'll do while I'm answering questions. I'll draw some sketches of Mizu or something. Let me just begin with I put out a community post and I was just asking you guys basically, is there anything you specifically want to see? Oh yeah, this was interesting, yeah. Vi's relation/attitude towards Zorn. Is she a freedom fighter like Echo, or how she used to be when she was a kid, or are her motivations purely personal, i.e. related to Jinx or Caitlyn? No, I think it did become more personal, to be honest with you. I think it did become more about Caitlyn. Well, definitely, because like when she went and had like the pit fighter Vi moment, that wasn't to do with Zorn. You know, like she did a lot that was nothing to do with the space that she is in or anything like that. It was, you know, she was just purely angry that this girl she liked had kind of hurt her, I think. So no, I think things became very personal. I think Vi acts very personally, but that sometimes has a knock-on effect for the big picture. But I think her motivations were purely personal, to be honest with you. Thoughts on Cait's dictator arc? What was handled well? Anything you didn't like? At the time, I was like, Caitlyn, what the fuck are you doing? You know, once you really lock in the idea that her mother, she'd basically seen what had killed her mother, you're going to be on this complete vengeance arc. It was funny almost to keep being like, Cait, what are you doing? You know, when the whole thing was kind of happening. But I think it was played out very well. And I think at the end it all came to this thing where she realised what she was doing wrong. What were some key moments you think helped put her back on the right track, aside from don't sugarcoat it, Cupcake? Yeah, I think that was a biggie. No, I think she could sense Ambessa was... I joke about it. I don't think the Cupcake thing was necessarily the only thing that made her... Like, the Cupcake was the trigger. She had been wanting to walk away from Ambessa for a long time. She didn't have anyone to do it with. She was alone. She couldn't really turn to Maddie because I don't think she ever really, truly trusted Maddie. And Ambessa obviously was the one she was going up against. She didn't really have anyone else. Mel wasn't even there, right? Because Mel had been abducted by Black Rose. So she literally was waiting for someone that she could trust. And then you just put here, anything to do with Vi and Caitlyn, obviously. What makes them work as a couple? Why do you think they were both instantly sort of head over heels for each other? I don't know. I mean, were they head over heels for each other? I mean, Vi was into Caitlyn, but Vi had been in a prison, so Vi probably wasn't getting any action. So Vi was probably just desperate, and Caitlyn was the first person who was nice to her in a fucking long time. So that was probably something to do with it. I'd say Caitlyn. I think probably Vi was into Caitlyn first, maybe. Yeah, I'd say so. And then Caitlyn probably fell harder in the long run. And the minute she said cupcake again, Caitlyn was like, So I think that probably had something to do with it. But I don't know really. I don't really know who fell for who first. I mean, no, Vi fell for Caitlyn first, I think. But then who wouldn't? Come on. There we go, it's recording. Yeah, maybe I just do colour blocking first, actually. Yeah, let me just do some colour blocking and then I can kind of draw in over the top. Right, Caitlyn, should I do the mongoose here in like a grey blue? The mongoose is what I'm referring to as the mongoose. Should I do her in like a grey sort of blue colour? Maybe something slightly less saturated. Yeah, I'll make her the sort of blue that her hair is. Okay, and then her sort of paw will go up there. So cute. Mongooses as well are like, they're really dangerous animals. Like I say, I don't really have a style. When I do some other art kind of themed videos, which I've got a few in mind, I'm gonna come up with sort of a more specific style. I've got something in mind at least. Okay, let me just block that off. And let me just see what this colour looks like. Yeah, I think she would be that colour, wouldn't she? If she was a mongoose. They're actually really cute. When I add the shading, I can kind of go over and do more colour blocking and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this style and then I can always add the lines in a bit. It really does look like her as well. I kind of just did a sketch and then I sort of fell in love with it. Like once I'd kind of got something down, I realised it really looks like her. It really, really does. Oh, she's a cutie pie. I do love Caitlyn. Was there anything else you mentioned in your comments specifically? What made them work as a couple? What did make them work? I think there was both. I mean, there was a very clear physical attraction, wasn't it? I think that was fairly obvious. But I think it was just more like, if we're talking from the perspective of Arcane, because I believe there was like flirting and stuff in the League of Legends lore. So there was a lot more before Arcane that we didn't know about. But in terms of like just Vi and Caitlyn, I think Caitlyn was more lonely of a character than people would be willing to admit. I think just because she was a counsellor's daughter and we think she's from Piltover and she's more connected, we think that she's more like connected. And she really only had Jace. Like we didn't see her with any friends or anything. We didn't see any of the characters with friends. But I mean, we saw that when Caitlyn was injured, she got a lot of flowers and stuff. But that doesn't necessarily mean she had a social life. She built an entire map of Zorn in her bedroom. I mean, let's be honest, did she have that much of a social life? Like, I don't know. I don't know if she was that social. Let me do, I think we're going to do Vi like a burgundy sort of pinky red. We're just going to block her out in that colour and then we can go over in a minute. They're also holding hands here. I did make the two characters hold hands. I did do that. I think Caitlyn was probably attracted to Vi. I don't know. I mean, there is similarities between her and Maddie, so maybe she just has a type. Which is an awful thing to think. Maybe she just likes redheads that are a bit shorter than her. I don't know. Maybe that's just what it is. It really does look like them. I was just a sketch. I was just doing it when I was watching... What was I going back over and looking at? Oh! No, I was watching a clip on League's YouTube channel. And it was about how they made Ambessa. And sort of the ideas they had for her and what they were sort of... in Arcane and the stylization of it and her as a character, and it was really interesting because like Ambessa, because you look at her as like the villain, you forget to kind of really commend the character because she is an amazing character. And yeah, it was really cool and I was watching that and just doodling this at the same time. I've been also practicing some other styles for another creative idea that I've got in the pipeline. Nothing as of yet, at least. Got to perfect that before I can put that on the channel. There is a comment here as well. I'll find this, hang on. where one of you says, I'm waiting for the Vi theme song mentioned in your video reaction. Yes. Okay, let me talk about this one. So I'm more than willing to do like the idea. So for people who maybe don't know or a new subscriber, I had this idea that I would basically try and make my own theme song. So I was watching Bridging the Rift and all the other Arcane music stuff that I did. And I was really into the idea of trying to make my own song. And try and do, for example, like a Vi theme song. The issue was, it's really hard to just be that creative for me off the spot, like just be able to do it. It's not to say it's never going to happen, I just genuinely haven't been in the right creative mindset to be able to put together a video for you lot that would actually be good, like, and be able to make a fairly decent song. So I might either need to go into it with a little bit of inspiration, which I may have to wait and do, or I've just got to try somehow put it together and and like just be good enough on the day. But it will come for sure. I don't know when it will be, but at some point there will be a Vi music video on the way, probably. Don't hold me to it. I just need to get in the, anyone who's creative will know it's like you just need to get in the mindset for it. And I'll just be honest, I've been so overloaded with video content. And I've loved it. I've loved being able to get in the routine of things, but I just haven't been in a place where I can sit there and make a song. And I know if I'm not going to do myself any justice otherwise. I like how this is coming together. I like this idea that she's that sort of burgundy colour. This is also my first time doing like a drawing video through my iPad and setting it up like this. So if there is any glitches at any point or some bits don't record, I know it's annoying, but it will be annoying for me as well. So just be patient with me if anything glitches or anything. Hopefully it doesn't. I've done like a test run yesterday, and it should be all okay. But if for whatever reason it fails, sorry. But there's nothing I can do, I'm afraid. Trying to sort of work out how to make Vi's raccoon sort of fur here mimic that sort of Act 3 hair that she had. The idea of the hair like sticking out like that. Like she's so angry with Jinx that her hair's sticking out. Yeah, I like that. Let me just do some stuff in the background. So I want brown. I'll just put Vi and Cait's colours there. So I basically just took the blue and the pink and then toned it down for now, and then we'll do the highlights and stuff in a minute. Well, Claudia, speak English. Arcane was able to world build and make you care about its characters so quickly. I think it was because of more to do with the stuff with League and the fact they had so much lore in the background. They were able just to make stuff with characters, and it was like really interesting. I think it's also that because they had this amazing capacity to make you care about something within the first 5 minutes. I mean, the storytelling's awesome anyway, but like just the fact that they're able to, you know, be able to go back to and look upon years and years and years of lore, that helps when you're building anything with characters, I think. It's just the fact that you can kind of switch into work that's already been done. I've been doing a bit of research in the background, and there were some people that even said they didn't like Arcane because it missed out on elements of lore that's in League of Legends. That's how complex League of Legends is. I mean, you'd think with how complex Arcane was, they would have got everything, and it's like, no. Apparently, according to some people, they didn't, and there was a few things they missed or had to rewrite and kind of manipulate a little bit so it fit the story. I loved it, so it never bothered me, but apparently that did bother some people. I'm just going to kind of draw some leaves in over here, kind of rough shapes. And like I say, I am still desperately trying to figure out a style, so I have no plan or agenda with how this is going to go. See how I like this. I'm going to sharpen this up a little bit. I'm sort of trying to draw like a pilt over background, but in a sort of 2D style. So we'll see how that turns out. In regards to like, why do you care about the characters from the first episode? It's just because it's damn good writing, to be honest, and damn good storytelling. I think it always helps when you see characters as children as well, just because you see the innocence, and I think you then, even when they grow up, you know, if you think of like, you care about things in life because of familiarity, and the more you can create the concept of familiarity within the concept of something, like from the beginning, if you can see the concept of a child, even if it only takes place over a couple of hours, you can see someone going from a child to a teenager to a young adult to an adult. you will always see them as that child that you once knew, even if it's only for 5 minutes. I think that really helps, is the fact they kind of created all this background that we would then be able to basically utilize in terms of feeding our emotions and being able to just latch onto a character very quickly, is because you saw them at their like most innocent. I genuinely think that was something that helped it along, to be honest. Just doing basically color blocking. So just simply going around in the background and just adding in sections where I know I'm going to want to color things separately, just so I can get a concept of depth. I'm going to do one of these over here as well. Just going to add one of these over here, probably behind Vi as well. Vicun. Yeah, cool. These colours may not stay the same, they'll probably change. Just checking it's recording. I'll make this like an orangey colour, I think. Although I want it to be in a sort of blue shade, so maybe I'll go there. Yeah, cool. Okay. What else was there? This was interesting as well. One of you mentioned parallels. So how Jinx is like Caitlyn, Vi is like Victor, stuff like that. Or maybe how Arcane has linked Jinx and Jace to balance things. Every time he uses Hex Tech, Jinx suffers. When Jace sods off to a different reality, Jinx is fine. Yeah, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of mirroring. I talk about that in the duo tier list. I'm not sure when all these videos are going to be coming out, because I'm not quite sure of the order of things on the channel at the moment. I'm just kind of stacking content to make sure that I've got stuff coming out regularly for you. But yeah, I talk about that a little bit in the tier list. There is a lot of similarities between certain characters, some that you never even see. See, Caitlyn and Victor to me are remarkably similar in terms of character balance, and yet you barely ever see Caitlyn and Victor together in the same room. And I think they would have been like a brilliant duo. I talk about this a little bit in the tier list. They were I sort of called them like two siblings that never really met. And they always felt like that because, you know, Jace was so close to Victor, but and so was Caitlyn. They were both had like a sibling energy to Jace in terms of that common denominator, and yet you never really saw it. And I always found that very sort of interesting, is you never really saw Cait and Victor together. But I did find it interesting though, for sure. Is there other similarities like that though? Is there? I suppose you could also argue there's an energy between Mel and Caitlyn. There's almost like a sixth sense between the two of them, which I always found quite interesting. I mean, how did Mel truly know when exactly to get out there and help Caitlyn? You ever think about that? Like, how did she know the exact moment to like step outside and reveal the magic side of things? I don't know. There's something about that there was a matching energy between Cait and Mel the entire time. And it's, again, never really touched upon, because you never really even see characters talk, do you? That's the other thing. For a show with a lot of dialogue, there's many things that go unsaid with Arcane that I always found very interesting. A bit like when people say Caitlyn never gave Vi an apology. She did. She just didn't say it. And that's why it was so clever. But for a show with a huge amount of dialogue, it's like if people talk in every single scene, there's still many points where people aren't talking. Okay, this is coming together nicely. I'm going to do some bushes in the background. I always just think about the character design in Arcane, like how do they come up with so many brilliant characters, you know, and like the look of them, the costume design. I'd love to see more about the behind the scenes if there is some. Talking about costume design, because you realize in the game characters have so many skins and stuff, you know, so how did they truly work out exactly what to kind of go with in the show? I think that's an interesting thing, if there was something we could look at. Caitlyn looks so different from season 1 to season 2. Vi does as well, but in a different way. Vi, it's like she kind of grows up, she goes from like teenager to adult, you know. But Caitlyn, it's like she grows up completely. Like, that whole dictator arc, that was interesting to me. Because the look of her just changes so much. It ages her, actually. She ends up looking, like, older. Not necessarily in a bad way. I don't mean that in a bad way at all. But she goes from, like, girl to woman. And then back to this sort of girl again. It's right in the final act, which I always found really interesting. Yeah, I think this idea of, like, a hedge is quite cute. I'm going to work on that in the background. We have this sort of like palm thing that I put in there, which I quite like. I'll do that more of just a bluey colour for now, and then I can dissect it a little bit. What layer is that on? Another game of guess the layer. I like this style. I've been doing this style a lot over like the past 6 months, which is just this like colour blocking style. Because the problem with me is, and I've got better with age, but not enough. I really enjoy drawing and stuff, but I am a bit of a perfectionist, and the problem with that is I just get to the point where if I spend like a good couple of days on a drawing, I end up over analysing it to the point where I hate it. And that then makes me resent doing drawing. And so I don't really get the satisfaction that I want to get from my artwork. And so I've tried to get to the point where I don't need to feel that way. I can just enjoy whatever it is that I'm building. And so that's basically where I'm at with this, is this very simple colour block technique that I can just kind of mess around and have fun with. Let me add the eyes in. We're just going to go with white for the eyes. And then I'll work on showing you like shading and how I'll take this from here. So just use that. Cool. And then this one, sort of slightly not circular. It's more of that shape to show she's kind of looking that way towards Vi. Yeah. Looks really creepy. Someone's put here, it's quite good. Since we appear to be in the golden age of animation, would you consider reacting to more animated shows? I know Killing Eve and Fleabag are pending, but later, I guess. Maybe check out, I never know how to say it, Freyren, if you're looking for a more peaceful vibe. And lastly, has Mizu made such an impression that your other girls, Cassandra, Caitlyn, Vi and Katarina, are no longer in the picture? No, they're always in the picture. They are the picture. No, Mizu has simply joined them in that, if I'm honest with you. No, I will always adore Vi and Caitlyn, particularly. Mizu's just added to it. Mizu's just a brilliantly complex female character that it was so well written, it never felt forced. That was the other thing. And in terms of like, would I consider reacting to more animated stuff? Yeah. League of Legends cinematics, Arcane, Blue Eye Samurai, and Klaus. Pretty much, the other thing's just music and behind the scenes stuff. Everything I've reacted to so far is animated, so I can see that becoming one of the main things on the channel. I want to still like spread things out a little bit and be willing to react to more for sure, but yeah, for now, like, I'm more than happy to always keep coming back to animated stuff. I agree with you. I think we are in the sort of golden age of animation, to be honest. I think you're actually going to get some of the best storytelling probably through animation over the next few years. I think actual live action stuff has become a bit... The acting's got worse in most things for me. I think live action's kind of lost its spark a little bit. I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, completely holistically. Obviously, there's some amazing things that have come out, but I do think animation's gone up in terms of its capacity to impress, and I think actually certain other things have gone down in its capacity to impress. I think as well there'll be more movies that are a blend of animated and non-animated somehow. I think that will really come into play. Yay, I like the eyes. The eyes look cool. Okay. Oh yeah, someone here's put, I remember you said you were going to analyse the prison scene. I'd love to see you talk about it while doing some interesting drawing. I've done a full video talking about the prison scene. You may see it by the time this has come out. It may be on its way within the next few days, basically, for you. No, I have done a whole video on that. Don't you worry. I had to put my full attention onto that, you know, for science. Very important. But no, you either will be seeing that very soon, or you would have seen it by now, depending on the order these videos come out. Basically, how quick I can edit them is the main... editing, man. Oh, I mean, I always knew editing took its toll, but dear God, I didn't know editing was going to be quite like this. I enjoy it, please don't get me wrong, so there is absolutely no issue with it. I really enjoy editing, so I'm all good to be editing as much as I am, but boy, oh boy, does it take up a fucking hell of a long time. Oh, the nose is so cute. And then I'm just going to do like a standard like circular nose. I could do the nose ring as well, which would be quite funny. And I just want to be able to figure out sort of shading and stuff here. I haven't even added any shading and it really, really does look like them, doesn't it? Oh no, Claudie needs a new Arcane topic so she can end the video with her iconic rant of how they made them even more hot in the last act. They did. They did make them more hot in the last act. You can't deny it. I don't know how they did it, but they did. They made them more hot, and I'll stand by that, always. Anyone turns around and says they were hotter in season 1. No, they weren't. Shush. Caitlyn in season 2, act 3, especially. Don't know what happened there. Right. Eyeballs. Now we just need to make sure these are more oval-like. Do I want smaller eyes though? No, I think I just want the eyes further down. That's all it is I want them right in the corners. Oh god, it really looks like her. It's just funny, isn't it? It's like just funny how these characters have made you like... I see them everywhere. It's like that whole thing of where you see the red and the blue. I've done Vi's eyes kind of more spherical here. Yeah. I just remember that scene where they're in like the tunnels. They're like Jinx and Vi are having that fight in the tunnels. She calls them bitch mittens. That is really one of the funniest bits. So called bitch mittens. You see Vi's face like this. Little shit. I'm gonna like, because you gotta realise like where Vi was just in prison, she never really got to be kind of big sister again, you know? And I think like there was a moment where the two of them just wanted to have a scrap with each other. It's just very cute. Right, now let's start working on some tones. So I think, no, I tell you what I'm going to do. Instead of actually, I'll show you this is what I do. So when I don't know how to colour mix, which is often, I do this instead. So I select the layer I want. Perfect. Select Caitlyn. And then I'm just going to go over and add like things on an overlay. And I'm going to start with the eyebrows. I'm going to bring the size of this down and I'm just going to draw out these sort of big fluffy eyebrows. I know her eyebrows are darker, but I kind of want them to be lighter on here because I just want to see what it looks like. We'll leave that there for now and we can always kind of change them around a little bit. Again, might go over this with like a black line, I'll see. I love it. I love it. Right, now let's work on some other highlights around the edges. So, she's so cute. My little mongoose. I still don't know who's my favourite really between Vi and Caitlyn. Still yet to like figure that one out. I might do those eyebrows darker, you know. I'll leave them there for a minute, but I might put her eyebrows to match her nose. I think that'd be quite cute. Also, while I'm here working on layering stuff, let me do shadows because it might be easier for me to see actually if I do shadows. Yeah, let me do this first. It's going to look really weird at first, but you'll see how this will turn out in a second. Bring this down. I was trying to think the other day what my funniest moment of the show is. I think it has got to be the... What bit did I laugh the most? Victor in that sort of... when he's in the lab. And I'm like, what has Jace done to Victor? That is up there with the funniest moment for me. It's either that or Sallow going down the stairs. Oh, another bit with Victor is the bit with Jinx, of course. When he turns around and says, I have one condition. She goes, looks like you got a couple. Jinx is very witty, you know. I like that bit as well, when her and Savika are trying to work out how to get into Stillwater. And she's like, she said, what she said? She goes something like, can you swim, Lefty? And you realise, you got to remember, Jinx is the one that made Savika lose her arm. Can you swim, Lefty? She's lucky Savika didn't just turn around and smack her. Anyone who says, by the way, Savika didn't like Jinx, she just tolerated her, I completely disagree. I think she did like Jinx. I think she actually gained a lot of respect for Jinx. You don't just tolerate that. For sure, she had a soft spot for her. I refuse to think about it any other way. It's all going to look a bit odd for a second, but I promise you it will come together. She says, without any confidence. And then we just bring the opacity down. Put it as soft light or an overlay. And then what I want to do is the jaw bit around here. How the characters cope with loss, descend into despair, and then regain the fortitude to carry on in spite of it all. A lesson in storytelling. The message is hidden in the pattern, if you will. Yeah, I agree with you. I think they show loss very well, actually. What I like about Arcane is that they don't need to say so much with your words. It's very much a show about showing as opposed to like needing to tell you exactly what's happening at every step of the way. And I like that. I like that a lot. I think plenty of shows could learn from that, actually. To be honest with you, I think way too many shows talk too much. So I really like that in terms of you don't need to, the characters don't need to talk about grief either. That was another thing. They don't really talk about it. Caitlyn does a little bit because she says to Vi, like, you know, it's that she's gone, she's left me with all of this. Because that's another thing people don't really acknowledge as well, is that Caitlyn, because of the matriarchy element, Caitlyn has been left with a big burden to carry, which is the Kiraman name. She's an only child. I mean, I understand only child burden a little bit personally, but she's been left with a lot to deal with regarding her mother and how quickly her mother went as well, you know? So it deals with it really well, and I really like how sometimes you wish that certain characters would say more to each other. Like the moments that I just wished Vi and Caitlyn would just talk it out. But that's the joy of it, you know? It's like you could sit there and turn around and say, oh, that's poor writing. But no, I don't think it is. I think it's brilliant writing. The fact you want to see more of a character shows they did the writing perfectly. Yeah, I think they touch on those subjects remarkably well, to be honest with you. She's so cute! Oh my god! My little monkeys! She's so cute! Let me just do some more shadows down here. So I'm gonna fill this in like that. Maybe make that link up to there. Yep. Her little belly. Oh, it's so cute. No, my little monkeys. And then just do some loose shadows around that side as well. Come on. There we go. So it all looks a bit weird for a second, but that'll be fine once we add the highlights in. Yeah, I think I'm going to do Cait's eyebrows. Let me just go over these while I'm here. I think I'm going to make the eyebrows darker. Because she does have such strong, stern eyebrows, I think it only makes sense. And then I'll basically go over and delete the lighter layer. Got my old light set up, by the way. I hope the lighting's okay. The other light that I've got, I really love it, but it's much hotter. So when I'm sitting here filming and stuff, Sorry, I had to stop to. Oh my god. Oh my god, it looks so much like Caitlyn. I think if anything, we could make these eyebrows a little bit longer, no? I think we could even, maybe? Yeah. Oh, my little mongoose. She's so cute. Okay, let me just do a little bit of shading around this side. Also going to bring this up here. And I'm just going to delete this highlight over here. Nice, 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 I like this. I really like how this is coming along. Oh, my little mongoose. This may not even be all done in this video, so I may do this in 2 parts, or I'll just finish this, like, on my own, and get it done. And then I'll, like, put it out in the community post or something. Now, I want to do this on a separate layer in case I mess this up, and then I haven't got to sort everything out too much, but I'm going to add the sort of shaping of the eye socket and just try and add a little bit of definition to the face, and then I can kind of go in and work the eyebrows in a minute. Why is this not joining up? There's always a gap somewhere and I never know where the damn gap is. She's so stinking cute. There she is. My little mongoose. Right, let's do a little highlight on the eye. Large? No, I think smaller actually. I think a smaller highlight. Yeah, that's better. And then maybe slightly bigger highlight. Yeah. Oh, there she is. And then let's fill in where this mouth is. So I think we just literally overlay that. I think it's fine as it is. Yeah, see, it's how do I do the highlight? I'm just going to delete the highlight just for a sec. because I didn't do a lot of it anyway, so I can kind of go back over it. How do I want this to be highlighted? Right, let's do Vi's eye sockets as well. Actually, let's do the shadows on Vi first as well. This is really fun. I really like the drawing style vids. I don't know how long this video is going to be. It may be really long. I'm just going to like, where I'm still so new to YouTube, I'm still just really kind of figuring out how I want the channel to look. So in terms of like times of videos and the length of things, I don't really have any construct right now of how well things are going to perform and how well things are going to do. I've got no idea if people want 10-minute videos from me, 20 minutes, do they want more reactions, do they want other stuff? I've got no idea what my audience wants because at the moment the analytics are kind of all over the place. So for me it's just more a case of like, what do I enjoy doing? Let me write that down, you know, and I just kind of build like a rough plan and then put that together with basically like how can I link that to stuff that we've already got. So I like drawing, okay, let me draw Vi and Caitlyn. You know, I like doing like the Q&As, but can we do further stuff with the Q&As? Like how much further can we take stuff? And then you just kind of narrow down what works and what doesn't. That's really where my mind is at the moment regarding the channel. Because otherwise I try and figure it out, like I try and sit there and just look at analytics, but the truth is analytics don't give you everything. You know, you need an element of like actual audience feedback to really work out how people feel about you. And I think that's almost more important than just numbers and metrics, because I think it's just hard to tell otherwise, to be honest with you. So yeah, this will probably just come together as like one relatively long format video. Oh my god, she's so spiky. I'll just leave it here and we'll just see how it goes. And then if I don't get it all finished, I'll just see how long I can go for and where I get to. And then I'll just put the rest in another video, or I'll just complete it on my own time. Just realised I need a smaller brush for this bit. Yeah. Cute. Like I say, I've got no style, by the way. I've got no idea like what is the right style for me and what I really love and what I don't. I'm still very much just figuring everything out as I go. So this is why this will sort of not have a theme. I'm thinking of doing something either League based, like League of Legends, or Arcane, or Blue Eye Samurai, and just basically doing like an art themed video with that, and then seeing where that goes in terms of style. This is cute. She's also going to have a big white belly, which I need to put in. I don't think I'm going to do that for Caitlyn, but I'm going to do that for Vi. So let me just sketch that in. And I'm just going to clean up that bit. Yeah. There's my little raccoon. Just going to have like a white belly. And we need to do the shadow under her hair, and that's going to kind of accentuate that a lot more. Still cannot get over that oil slick look, by the way. It really has got me. Yeah. And then let's just see what that looks like. Yeah, so that will kind of come down over the top. Perfect. Put some shadow on these pointy bits. Can probably do that without that layer, actually. I really am amazed how much this looks like them. And then you've got like the holding sort of hands, which I put in there, which I just thought was really cute. Must have not got the whole edge. This is really annoying. I think you can do it by just masking layers, but I tend to do it this way because it's just a bit easier. But I think there is other ways of doing it, which I probably don't know. Oh, my little cutie pies. And then we need to do Vi's ears. Still trying to work out exactly how to add the right shadow as well on certain areas. It would feel weird for me, to be honest, to get all this done like outside of doing a video, but then I'm not sure if it's going to be annoying for this to go on and on and on. So I don't really know how to do this. I'll have to just ask you guys. As I say, still figuring out YouTube as I go, so bear with me. I think I'm going to leave more at the top for highlight, yeah. I think that'll look better. Then we'll do the eye sockets. Adds really good shadow. I really like this. I never used to do sort of like a shadow there behind the eyes, but it really helps to do so. Because you get this like extra depth that you wouldn't get otherwise. I think it just adds like an extra layer to it, to be honest. Perfecto. Cutie patootie. Right. Okay, so I've got the lights and the shadows put in. Do I want to do a thick sort of black line around the edge though? Maybe. To kind of really add to the kind of the definition of it? Maybe I do. Do I want a line like that? I think I do, don't I? Let me go around Caitlyn with a line and then let's see if I like it. While I'm doing so, let's find another topic of conversation. What's something else you guys want me to talk about? How about going around the tangent of filling in the gaps with season 2? We all know it felt rushed. What could have happened here and there? Okay, what could have happened in season 2? I mean, firstly, I would have wanted to see more of Jinx and Echo, for sure. What else could have happened really in season 2? I mean, I just would have wanted more of Cait and Jinx. I think that's obvious. I love Cait and Jinx, and I just would have wanted to see more of them together. That black, I mean, you're not here, but the black line looks better, doesn't it? It does. Okay, I'm going to go with the black line. I would have just wanted to see Cait and Jinx, I think. Jinx and Echo. And I would have wanted to see, obviously, more of Cait and Vi, but just more of them talking. Like, it doesn't have to be intimate scenes or anything like that, because I think we got, I mean, that jail scene was enough to keep us all well fed for a while. I think what it really lacked was certain elements of conversation between Vi and Caitlyn. It's not to say like conversation where one's saying sorry or anything like that. I would have just wanted like silly conversation. I would have wanted Cait to give Vi a tour of the house. It's nothing. Basically, I think they actually could have done better with something that wasn't isolated to the plot. What other people would describe as a meaningless scene, I think we almost needed more of that. You need something that would break up the pacing. I would have just wanted something like, you know, making each other tea or something. I don't know. Something like that would have actually been enough for me. I think it would have just added this extra sense of cuteness, I think. That would have just, I don't know, it would have brought something that it lacked. I suppose to some degree, like an element of Jinx and Echo. Yeah. For a supposed like couple, I know they're not a couple, but they were sort of considered like in the alternate reality as a sort of love interest with him and Powder. Or it's insinuated that maybe even this reality of Echo has always loved Jinx. I'm surprised they didn't show us any more than that. And it's fine. I think it was just a timing issue, as always, which it seems to be with this show. But I would have wanted that. I would have wanted more, for sure. I just felt that I felt Echo was hard done by a little bit, to be honest. But it's always easier to say that things like that in hindsight, you know? Like, I'm not the one making the show. If I was, you wouldn't have a show. Because I don't know how they've done it. Especially now I know more about the League lore. Because to me it's almost that thing of like, well, how far do you go? Like, what more do you include? I mean, the fact they managed to like build in the Ambessa section and then Black Rose. See, some people saying like, oh, Black Rose was unnecessary. It was a stupid part of the storyline. Not now. Even at first I was like, wait, what's happening? Now it makes sense. But I just maybe think they could have added that more into the beginning of season 2. you know, again, it's this thing of like, it didn't need any more squeezed in the episode, it just needed more episodes. And I think that was the main problem, is they was trying to do something that could have been 12, 15 episodes in 9. And then before you know it, you're overloaded with lore and God knows what else. You don't really know where to turn. This is definitely looking better with the line, by the way. I'm very happy that I decided to do that. Because I like the idea of colour blocking, but the problem is you have to make up so much with the shading, and I just think it then gets really overbearing. Yeah, see, someone said here, some of the friendships got overlooked in season 2. Jason, Caitlyn, Vi and Echo. Yeah, I would have wanted to see more Jason, Caitlyn and Vi and Echo for sure. The fact we never really saw Vi and Echo ever talk again, that annoys me. You got to realize the people working on the show and stuff probably wanted to show more. They were probably like way on board with showing and discussing more. It was the studios themselves probably that was like, no, we need to kind of wrap this up, or we've only got budget for this. I mean, that's the problem, isn't it? Is how much of it comes down to money at the end of the day. I think that's the saddest part. I really like them. Oh, she's so cute, my little mongoose. I like the lines. The lines add something to it. I may even lighten this a little bit, bring the saturation up and just lighten it a little bit. I think it might just make it easier to see. Yeah, I think that's better. Matches her hair a little bit more as well in the show. My little mongoose. There she is. Oh yeah, now you've started going down the rabbit hole with League of Legends lore. How does Arcane relate to the rest of the content? How do fans of the game see the champions of Arcane? See, this is the thing, like now I know more about the lore and stuff. It doesn't really... I'm almost happy I didn't know more about the lore before watching Arcane, because I actually think it would have spoiled it. I'm not saying that I would have been able to figure everything out, because there's no way I would have. But when Ambessa shows up, you don't know if she's the good one or the bad one, right? Like, you don't know if she's going to be helpful or very unhelpful. When, like, if you knew who Victor was before the show, when you then see Victor in the beginning and Jace goes like, I don't even know your name, and he goes, it's Victor, you'd be like, wait, that's Victor? Like, I like the fact that you don't know who's who, and that I didn't know anything about it, because it basically just allowed me to figure everything out as every episode went. Otherwise, you'd be like, you'd be able to figure the show out before the show had even got started, you know? Like I've mentioned, some people have said that some things were kind of miswritten or rewritten, so I can maybe understand for some people how certain elements of the show may feel like it doesn't match the lore of League. It's just something I can't really, I can't really comment on that too much, to be honest with you, because I didn't know about League before watching Arcane. I only know about Arcane because of Arcane. I've only known League, 3.5 weeks at this point? I've only known about it, so I don't know. I think they did a pretty perfect job, but that's because I'm a bit biased, I suppose. But I personally think they did a wonderful job, and I'm just very excited for the possibility of the Noxus spin-off. Again, I don't know when you're going to see videos. I don't know what's coming in what order. It depends on when I edit them. But I've reacted to Pentakill and True Damage. And I've basically just recently as well gone back over bite marks in the video. I think it's the Pentakill video. I genuinely think that's the best cinematic music they've done as well. I think bite marks lyrically is astonishing. What's the lyrics again? It goes, right as your dogs are closing in, I like it when the bite marks cut through the skin. Brilliant. That there alone makes me want to do a music video where I try to do like a cinematic trailer song for Arcane, or for whatever we could kind of come up with something. And that was the inspiration behind the music idea, or the way of doing a video in this sort of style of can I try to make my own music like Arcane did for the characters and make these sort of character trailers. Because that's the other thing. Riot could have very comfortably used songs they'd already made and didn't go through and make more stuff for the show, and they did. Like, they could have very easily used the songs they already had for dual purpose and just made it fit the show, and they didn't. They chose not to. And I think that's really something, you know, the fact they was like, no, we're gonna go in and build even more lore within the songs. I mean, they did an entire song in French, for crying out loud. It's just awesome, isn't it, really? I like the lines, by the way. I'm very happy I've chose to do the lines. Makes it much more crisp. It's very therapeutic as well to do this kind of style. Like I said, my perfectionism kind of gets to me a little bit when I try and draw too perfectly. I'm trying to still come up with my own style. I'm just still not quite sure what that is. And also comment below. I'm probably going to put this video out without this being completed. I'm just going to, I don't even know what I'm going to title it as, just channel update. Maybe I could talk a bit about the channel while I'm here. So in terms of what I've got coming, I've got some creative projects coming on the way, possibly to do with music or art, like I mentioned. We're going to begin with Fleabag very, very soon. In terms of League stuff, I'm working out how far down the rabbit hole to go. I'm at the end of the Tales of Runeterra stuff. I've got to do the A to Z of League Champions. And then after that, it's just a case of working out, like, how far down the rabbit hole do I go? Because like I say, I'm willing to react to whatever. Like, it's just more what do people want me to see. And I don't want to go so far down a rabbit hole where I kind of possibly ruin the Noxus spin-off. I mean, it's a long way away anyway, so it won't matter. But I just don't want to get to the point where I kind of completely ruin everything for myself. I still want to leave something to surprise regarding this universe. Now that, of course, because this will be after Blue Eye Samurai is done, I'm pretty sure. At this point in time, I have seen all episodes of Blue Eye Samurai. Oh my god, how amazing is that show? I'm amazed. I mean, it did pretty well on the channel. Nothing like League or Arcane stuff, but then I was expecting that because I accumulated most of my audience through just my Arcane reaction. So, but I was just, yeah, I'm shocked that there's less of a fan base for Blue Eye Samurai because I think it's absolutely astonishing. I think Mizu as a character, I am amazed that there isn't more, even just on Instagram or something, like more edits of Mizu. Especially that finale, I thought was very, very well done. And I really, really enjoyed it. And I'm surprised that it hasn't sort of been shown as more than it was in terms of like public reception, to be honest. But I thought it was brilliant. I don't know how I'm going to wait for a season 2, to be honest. I finished that finale and that evening I went back over and watched it all again. Because when you're reacting to something, it's a lot of fun because you get to film your first impression of what ends up being, you know, the content. But the issue with it is you sometimes, like, it's not that you overlook things, you just don't get to savour it and take it all in. So I just immediately, like the minute it was over, I was like, right, I'm going to go back over this and rewatch it all. And I saw even more to it, you know, like just how clever little details and stuff. Do you think Fowler was being serious at the end? If you haven't, if you're someone who's watching this having not seen my Blue Eye Samurai, it may be a thing, it may not be. I can't always predict what someone's going to love and what they're not. But if you haven't seen it, just go and watch the first episode if you want to. It, for me, is up there in terms of Arcane. I love for different reasons. I love Arcane because of what it is as a show and the characters of Vi and Caitlyn and all the characters. I got so emotionally attached to them. It was just, you know, it's too much to almost to bear knowing that I might not see any of them again. In terms of Blue Eye Samurai, it got to me on a completely different way, to a way that I can't really even describe it. I've never cared about a character so quickly in my life, and I've never felt so empathetic towards a character so quickly in my life regarding Mizu. There was something about that character, and the way she's very masculine the entire time in the show, and yet she always looks like a woman. Like, to you as the viewer, there is never really a point, or at least for me this was the case, there is never a point where I look at her as a man, yet everyone else in the show is, other than Ringo, from like episode 2 onwards. Right? Like, it's just, there is this element of it that is so intriguing to me. Like I said, I'm amazed it didn't do more. I'm amazed more hasn't been said about it, to be honest with you. Yeah, I just thought it was absolutely astonishing. I really did. I thought Blue Eye Samurai, I don't want to say it was better than Arcane because I can't really compare the two. Like, I don't want to turn around and go like Blue Eye Samurai was better of a show because they're both absolutely astonishing. Do you ever do that, by the way? You know there's like a dot on it's that one. You know there's like a smudge on a layer and you can't work out where it is. There you are. But I genuinely think, like, character-wise, they're some of the greatest male and female characters I've seen independent. Like, Abijah Fowler is the creepiest villain I've seen in a long, long time. The vocabulary he uses towards Mizu and basically anyone in the show that he's, whether it be Shindo, like whatever, he's vile. Fowler is absolutely vile and yet brilliantly written. You almost can't wait to see him. Like, as a villain, you can't wait to see when he's going to show up again. And I think I found that I wasn't expecting that at all, actually. Well, this is coming together real nicely, actually. I need to go around Vi's eyes. This is just a way of me being able to do more casual content, I think, and be able to get stuff out to you without putting too much pressure on myself, which I quite like. We'll see, because this video might tank, so we'll have to wait and see. I think regarding the channel, I'm still working out where I really want to take things in terms of the essence of things. Like, do I want this to be just a reaction channel, or do I want more to that? I'm not sure. Like, I personally don't want it to be just reacts. I know that, but to what degree, I'm still trying to figure out. I think the channel will mean more to me. It already means a lot, but it will mean more if I can show more of myself and more creative stuff that I want to do. I think that would be a big thing to include. It also, obviously, just from a management perspective of the channel, it makes things easier if I can make stuff not just about other people's TV shows and stuff. Just from a creator standpoint, if YouTube ever change their policies on copyright and decide just one day, I mean, I've had stuff where I've had copyright claims now when a video is live. So I've basically had videos that are out live, league reactions, whatever it may be, and then YouTube will send me an email and go, hey, your video is now restricted. You need to now go in and re-edit it because Riot have changed their policies or Netflix have changed their policies or whatever it may be. I'm on this idea that, like, it's great in terms of where I'm at and what I'm currently doing, but I also need content that is never going to be copyright claimed. And if I do this my way and I show more of this kind of stuff and the artistic stuff, this is stuff that's never really going to get flagged because there's no content that people would have issue with, right? And I've realised as well, like, there's two different types of audience I have right now. Some that just want me to react stuff, it's just people sending me stuff to react to, and other people who want me to do more creative things and sort of do more of the art videos or whatever. So I'm also seeing a big difference in just the type of audience that I have and what you guys want from me. So I'm trying to just kind of work out, like, how do I play this as a YouTuber? How do I work out what's best for me and the audience and have fun with it as well? That's the other thing. I never want to be bogged down by this because this is the thing that I'm currently doing, you know, in my spare time outside of my freelance work and stuff. So it's more this concept of, you know, how do I want to do this in a way that works for me and the audience at the same time? And build a sense of community. I've tried to do that from day one, where you always feel like you can recommend things and speak to me and reach out, but also talk to each other. Some people have mentioned Patreons, Discord. They're not places I'm familiar with myself, so I still need to kind of work out if that's an avenue I want to go down. But I'm open to it, completely open to it. And like I say, with YouTube, you never know what their policies are going to be and how they'll change. So I'm probably best considering it now, like sooner rather than later, and then I'm probably going to be in a more safer position with that. But now I've kind of got more of a plan. It won't be as long as a video. The next one I can kind of just wrap things up a bit quicker. But yeah, they're cute. I think they're really cute. A couple of people have said merchandise as well. Here's the thing. I don't want to, like, go ahead and make merch and no one would buy it. I'm completely open to doing merchandise. I've even been thinking about it, like, what would I do? What designs and stuff would I want to include? I'd want to obviously, like, do my own artwork and creative stuff for the shirts or whatever I decide to do. But I'd love a little bit of feedback in terms of what people would want. I'm more than open to be doing merchandise, but I just, in terms of, from like a, you know, you want to be smart with it. You don't want to just put out merchandise that no one's going to buy. At the end of the day, you want to put out something people want to wear or whatever. So I'm just going to finish up here. Just put a bit of shadow on this bit of Vi's paw. I was going to say hand, but I'll say paw. She's not putting up a middle finger, by the way. I know it looks like it, but she's not. It is just a pointing finger. She's pointing at Jinx, being like, enough. work out exactly where to add shadow and stuff. Again, this is all stuff I can go over in like another drawing vid. I'll also have to add a thumb in there as well. She's cute. What am I excited about watching next? Fleabag. Fleabag, I'm really looking forward to. I haven't been able to get round to it yet. So in terms of prepped content, let me give you a rundown of where I'm at. Oh, yes. Back in December, a couple of people mentioned compilations. Would I consider compiling stuff together and basically doing like all of the Vi Caitlyn stuff or all of the funny moments or whatever? Yes, I am. And I'm working on it. However, YouTube, as always, loves to throw the spanner in the works. For context, I am taking clips that I've already put out on YouTube. So clips from the 18 episode reactions of all of Arcane. I'm taking clips from there, compiling it all together into one video. At the moment, I've been able to do all Vi and Caitlyn moments for season 1. You will have either seen that by now or it will be on its way very soon for you. I'm trying to do it with season 2 and put clips together, and it's not having it. Like, it's having copyright issues with videos that are already out live. So I'm taking clips from videos that I've already put out and it's now having issues with it. So that's taking forever. But yes, there will be like compilations and stuff for people to be able to refer back to. So if you want to watch like all my Vi Caitlyn reaction moments, they'll all be in like individual videos. So you haven't got to go back to the original episodes if you didn't want to. So I think that'd be quite a cool way of doing it. It makes it easier for you guys. Also for me, it kind of helps in terms of like being able to put stuff out there more efficiently. I'm also just going to just one sec. I just want to try and see what this looks like if I remove this, because I think it might make this look a bit sharper. Let me just see what this looks like. Just trying to work out how I want that shadow. Do I want that more there? Yes, I do, but I want to fill this back in here. Okay. I really did enjoy the League of Legends stuff. The Tales of Runeterra are really cool, I think. I would have loved to see more of those, but they probably cost an arm and a leg to make. And then I would say, in terms of what's coming next, Fleabag. We've got some movie reactions coming soon, which I'm excited for as well. And then really I'm kind of open to ideas. I've got a few other surprises up my sleeve, but I'll keep those. I'll keep those on lock for now and keep them as surprises. But I'm always open to other stuff, like whatever other people want to suggest. Music stuff will be on the way, I think. And yeah, possibly some other fun stuff as well, but we'll have to see how that goes. Right, I'm just going to do Vi's eyebrows, because Vi herself... Does Vi has a little eyebrow slit, doesn't she? Does Vi have an eyebrow slit? Wait, does she not have an eyebrow slit? Does Vi not have... No, of course she does. Yeah, she does. It's just further in her eye. Okay. I could have sworn she did. That was weird. I was like, is that a Mandela effect? Have I imagined that? I think I'm just going to fill this in like that. Yeah. Yeah. I like this idea that she's telling off Jinx. It's cute. And then I'm going to go in and just going to paint this in the dark red anyway. When I first started, I thought maybe if I'm just doing a line drawing, it might be alright, but no, as I started, I was like, no, this is not going to be done today. But we've got the rest sketched out for next time, so that's all good. I think I'm going to go over Vi's belly as well. Not raccoon Vi's belly, otherwise it sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? In terms of content on the channel, I'm not really sure where I want to go. I mean, I've got creative ideas, but in terms of reactionary stuff, I don't really know what people want. See, I'm just going to be honest with my audience, because I could try and make everything by like trying to read your minds, but I might as well just ask you, what do you like me reacting to? Because I've got different types of audience. I've got people that like me reacting to League cinematics and kind of the lore of things and this idea of like, Claudie's going to sit and learn about something that I love. Cool. Then there's this whole other section of you which like me looking at girls kissing, I'll put it that way. And people will suggest like other sorts of stuff like that. And then there's like a whole other section of people that are like it's all miscellaneous. It's like, would you play video games and would you do... So I really want to kind of work out, like, what do people want? Do people just want me to watch whatever it is I want to watch and then just enjoy it? Like, do people just want to see me have fun and just take this wherever I want to take this? Because if that's the case, perfect. That's what I'll do. Or do people have very specifically, like, what do they want me to see? So, you know, comment below, let me know. Because it's hard for me to read. If I just go purely on views or analytics, it's like a really poor way of working out what people think of you, because a view or a like on a video doesn't really account for much other than just like a base analytic to work off of. I want to know, you know, what is it that keeps people coming back? Is it my genuine serious commentary on things? Is it funny moments? Like, when I put out this video is coming out today, what gets you excited as an audience member? That helps me understand a bit more about what people are thinking of me. What is it? Is it if you know it's going to be something quite serious, or if I was to do really like breakdown stuff and kind of break scenes down or over sort of analyze things, does that get people excited? Or would it be just more reacting to funny moments on the internet, you know? Do people want me to sit and watch things that aren't TV shows or movies, but are entertaining things? Do you want me to do, you know, see some of the YouTubers I love? So I'm a big fan of like Drew Gooden and Danny Gonzalez. I think they're very funny. I watched them years ago, way back on Vine. Chad, she's also quite funny. Jarvis Johnson, it's quite good. Do you want me to do more of that kind of stuff where I sort of mock silly things on the internet? Or is that already a saturated market, basically? Do we not need any more YouTubers like that? Do we want something different? I think for me it's just more working out, what do you guys want from a YouTuber? Let me know. Comment below. It would really help for me to kind of understand more about what you guys want. Oh, this is so cute. It's coming together really well. Oh, this is interesting. Have you gotten into any Cait and Vi Arcane fan fictions? No, can't say I have. I don't really read fanfic. I never have, but I'd be open to looking at it. I don't like silly fanfictions. I don't like it when they're just shipping characters together for the sake of it or whatever. Like, that annoys me. But if there's genuinely good ones, then I'd be willing to take a look at them. Angst and smut. Yeah, I've never really read any of that kind of stuff, but like, I don't know. I'm open to it. I was open to even like reading. I was like, do I read a fanfic? Like, would that be funny? But like on the channel, I mean, do I read a fanfic on the channel? Because one of you said like, oh, it was the YouTube shorts. So one of you said these YouTube shorts, they usually, basically when I time them, it's usually 12 o'clock at night and then like 10 or 11 in the morning the next day. I'm trying to at the moment do 3, 4, maybe even 5 videos a week and then 2 shorts a day, which is a schedule I'm probably not going to be able to hold up, but I'm working on it at the moment. And one of you said like, these YouTube shorts, when they come out at midnight, they're almost like a lullaby. And then I was like, that'd be funny, like bedtime reads with Claudie, and it's just fan fictions. I was like, that would be funny, but I was like, no, I don't know if that's me. But no, I haven't read any fan fictions. I'm open to it if they're good. Like, if I could genuinely tell that one was good, then I'd be open to reading it, but I'm not a big fan of smut, and it's not that, it's just silly stuff, because I think it, in some ways, it almost disrespects the original writers of things sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I just think they get a bit silly, possibly. This is cute. I think I need to redo Vi's finger, though. That out of context is a mad sentence. Might have to go over a few things at some point. The framing's off a little bit as well, but cute. 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 Let me see if I can fix Vi's mouth while I'm here, now that I'm doing the lines. So I think, yeah, I think it's more here. And then the teeth sort of in there. So the other thing is I have her tongue showing. That could be, because Vi does show her tongue when she shouts. So maybe I do the teeth sort of here. Tongue. Sticking out like that, and then the teeth in the top row. No, don't like it as much. No, maybe just go with the teeth. Let's see what this looks like. Do I like this? Yeah, I do like that. She's a cutie. I can't believe how much hate Vi gets, you know, as a character. I cannot fathom that for the life of me. I think Vi is honestly the toughest out of all of them, to be honest with you. When I look at people being like, Vi didn't do everything right, she did a hell of a lot more right than most of them. For what she went through, she could have gone off the rails 100 times over, and she didn't. And I don't know. I think Vi's a tough cookie, to be honest with you, and I'm amazed that people have made her out to be the villain when she's really not. See what I mean? So I just add like these shadows like that, and it adds that sort of 3D texture without needing to do too much work. Because that's the thing, is at the end of the day, you want drawing to be fun. And then the background, we can go in and make a more sort of Piltover background. Piltovery, whatever. Cool. Let me just do some pink to Vi's hair because I've been wanting to think about the colours here and I haven't really known how to do this. So let's try something here. Right, so let's select this there. And let's just go in with these pink streaks and see how much do we want to do here. See, I like this idea that she's got like these pink sort of add this in, and then I'll just use the eraser to get rid of the bits that I don't want. Also, sorry if you in the background can hear it. It's my tummy. I'm really sorry. I haven't had dinner yet, and my tummy's rumbling, so I'm really sorry if the mic's picking that up the entire time. I like this kind of video. I really hope this does well. Well, not does well. I don't really care if it doesn't, but I really hope you guys at least enjoy it, the ones that do watch it, because this is like, I love reacting to stuff because it's exciting, but this is why I'm trying to work out where do I take this channel, because see, this kind of content is very, in terms of the making of it, it's pretty easy to do in terms of actually sitting there and building content for you. This is something I would be doing, you know, without having the camera set up. So this doesn't feel like I don't really feel like I'm needing to perform. Sometimes with reaction videos, I want to make sure I'm doing my best. And I kind of get a bit sort of, not nervous, that's the wrong word, but I kind of really want to make sure I don't miss things and stuff, and I can kind of get a bit stuck. What are we thinking? The pink, and then maybe the streaks of black. Do I do the little black streaks? Like from the top like this. And then just turn... Do I put this as an overlay? You know what I mean, the little streaks of Pit Fighter Vi. The Pit Fighter raccoon. Can't get over that bit. A rich mongoose, the way she says it. It's like Vi's so stunned to see her. She is almost a little bit embarrassed. She's like, oh, she's seeing me with my black hair. Oh no. It's the way I called it as well, because I was like, there's no way Caitlyn won't mention the hair. Caitlyn is polite, but she's not that polite. Caitlyn would be like, what have you done to your hair? It's the way she calls it out immediately. She's like, girl, no. No. I think it grows on her though. Not the hair, obviously the hair grows on her, but she must have liked it at some point. I still can't get over that spit scene as well. I can't believe it. Because it's be the sort of thing, I don't know why, it'd be the sort of thing I imagine Caitlyn would do to Vi. Not the other way around. The fact Vi did it to Caitlyn, it was a bit like a, fuck you, I'm gonna do this to you. And Caitlyn was almost like, alright, oh, you're gonna spit on me, are you? Well, wait a second, let me see what I'm gonna do with that spit. And she just wipes it towards her mouth. Also, want to just put this out there, the amount of people that was like, she didn't spit and wipe it in her mouth. She didn't wipe the spit in her mouth. You're reading into it too much. Sorry. I fucking didn't. You cannot tell me she didn't actually intend to wipe that spit into her mouth. Shut up. Oh, she's so cute. And then what I'll do is like raccoon stripes as well in a bit. I'll add that in next time. Oh, my little raccoon. Yeah, I think a little bit more. So almost like a pink vibe, maybe. Yeah. Okay. Why does that look so much like Caitlyn, even though it's not Caitlyn? Her lips are the same. Her mouth looks the same. Oh, this is really fun. I like this. Right, I'll just do some final tweaks and then I'll stop it here. I'll get this video out to you, and then if you guys like this, then I'll do more of this. Oh, she's so cute! What a little cutie pie. Ah, and then so the backgrounds and stuff, what I'll do is I've just kind of put all these as different colours for the minute, but basically what I'll then do is kind of colour match everything. I'll do an outline on the background as well. Oh, that's good. Then I've got to do the second level, which is her shouting at Jinx. But at least we've made a good start on this for now. Yeah, I hope you guys like this. This is fun. This is when I'm tired of editing. This is what I sit here doing for a few hours just to like unwind from all the editing work. And also, I don't know if I mentioned the little gloves. Firstly, I wear them because sometimes I get like an electric shock through my iPad. I don't know why I get like a static sensation. I don't like it when I move my hand across the screen. So I wear my little gloves. And also, I had moisturiser on, and I didn't want the moisturiser to get on my iPad, so that's why I put the gloves on. But yeah, for some reason, whenever, especially if I've just charged it, I get like electric shock through my iPad, and I hate it. So yeah, that's why I put the little gloves on. Do I do the little nose ring? Just before I go, let me see if I can try and put the nose ring in, because the nose ring's on the left side. Yeah, it's on the same side as the Vi. Oh, the Vi! Oh, I need to do the Vi. Hang on. This is very important. Okay, now let me do this. I want to see if I can put in the fur, the Vi on her cheek. So I kind of want, yeah, if I just kind of do like this. Yeah. Like it's in the fur, it's almost like a little birthmark in the fur. Yeah, that'd be cute. Something like that, but I'll make it smaller because it's much smaller on her cheek, obviously. Cool. Oh, it's a cutie pie. Yeah. And then we'll just go over that because you almost don't want it to look like it says Vi. So if someone was to see this, they wouldn't necessarily know it's Arcane at first. Like that. Maybe it'd be more up here. Yeah, the little scar. We'll leave that there then for a sec. The ears. Oh, I have got to do it. Fuck it. Okay. A couple of you have even mentioned as well. You mentioned like going live and things like that. It's not that I'd never go live. Just the thought right now of going live scares me. If I'm being honest with you, like the thought of going live, like, and something could go wrong, and then I can't fix it, and I don't know, it just scares me right now, and I always think my brain's just going to go blank, and I'm just going to be like, hi, like, I don't really know what to do. But maybe one day I'd go live. This could be like a thing I do once a month though, it's like an art video. So if I've watched like Fleabag, I do like an art-themed Fleabag one for February or whatever. This would be quite cool, to be honest, to do. Just so cute. And then I want to do this art-themed League of Legends style video. I just haven't worked out how I'm going to do it yet. But I want to do that at some point. I just need to work out how. I can't really go into too much depth about what I'm going to do, but as there is something that I do really want to do with League of Legends stuff. I've just got, like I say, no idea how to make it work at this point in time. And the music stuff as well. I appreciate that someone mentioned it as well. They was like, I'm still waiting for your Arcane Vi theme song. And it's like, I haven't got in a space where I know what to do with that yet. It's very difficult to just come up with a song on the spot. And I've just been so busy reacting to League cinematics and all that kind of jazz. And Blue Eye Samurai, that's kind of taken, not its toll, but that's been priority for me. It's just been this sort of thing where whenever I have had a bit of spare time to possibly do some more filming, I've been like, I can't put a song together right now. I'm not in a mood. I'm not in a space where I'm going to be able to do any justice, you know. So it's not that I'm never going to do it. I just haven't found a way to do it yet. But it definitely will at some point. Put these in here. Didn't like how I finished that off. Let me do that again. Little cutie pie, cutie vi. Cutie pie. Oh. Now that I like that, I'll go over thicker so that it matches the line. Again, sorry if you can hear my tummy rumbling. I'll just keep it like a ring. I was going to kind of do like a 3D style, but I think I'll just go 2D. Oh, my little Vi. Yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. Oh, you know what I was watching the other day? I don't know if any of you guys have seen it. Do you know Jade and, I never know if it's Ina or Hina, I never quite know how you say her name, but they do like cosplay stuff. They go live and they do Vi and Caitlyn cosplay. I was watching some of their, I've only found it like recently in the past week or so, and I was going back and watching they do, so basically Jade, I believe Jade's the taller one, she dressed up as Caitlyn, and Ina or Hina, sorry, can't remember how you pronounce her name, but she dresses up as Vi, and they swapped, and it was so weird seeing the two of them like as different cosplayers. It was only because someone mentioned to me, 5k subs and you'll do a Caitlyn cosplay, and I was like, no chance. There was no part of me that would ever do cosplay, because I wouldn't even know where to be. I don't even do makeup, like I don't even wear makeup, so I wouldn't even know what to do. And then one of you mentioned, like, are you familiar with other cosplayers? And I kind of just googled Vi and Caitlyn cosplay, and they came up. There was another girl I saw, she did a cosplay of Vi, and she's also done Ellie from The Last of Us 2 or whatever it is, I think. So I've seen a couple of different cosplayers. So I may look into it, but I can't see me ever doing cosplay now. This is really cute. I'm stalling a little bit because I want to add some more things, but I don't quite know where to go with it. So I'm just kind of staring at it like, now what? Maybe I'll just try and do some more layering to Vi's fur, maybe. Let me just duplicate this layer, and then if it goes wrong, I can just delete it. That's perfect. Okay, let me just get up a picture of a raccoon. A raccoon. Where do you have your stripes? See, you have your stripes around the eye, but I don't really want to make your eyes that dark, because Vi's eyes aren't like that. You get like little stripes. Oh, a tail. There is a Vi. Vi does have a tail. It's in the second one, I think. Yes, she does have a tail. Right, I need to add a tail in there. That's what I do need to do. Okay, I'll do that now. So have you got into any fan fictions? Also, fanfic and fan art related. There's some pretty good Formula 1 Arcane crossover stuff, is there? How have they found a crossover between that? I say that because I'm remembering seeing your McLaren F1 t-shirt. It's amazing how many people have mentioned the t-shirts. Just to explain, I'm not even really into Formula 1 that much. I don't mind it. I quite like watching it every now and then. It's just Hollister did this crossover with McLaren, and they're really comfy. They're men's t-shirts, but they're really comfy, and I wear them a lot here when I'm at home, and I just happen to film when I'm wearing these shirts a lot, so that's why. And I often sometimes try to film things on the same day. Model cars, yeah, they're Lego cars. This is something I do want to know. Do you want me to do, this is something I do want to know, do you want me to do Lego on the channel? I have this idea of a series called Chill Builds, where I just sit there and make Lego and talk to the camera, because I'm so fucking down to do that, by the way. I literally made one the other day, and I recorded it, and I didn't like the recording, so I deleted the recording, because I basically just did it like on a day where I wasn't really camera ready, and I just looked a bit crap. But yeah, they're Lego cars, and I was going to say, I have one ready to go. Do you want me to build a Lego car? And I'll put it on the channel, because I'm so down for that, by the way. Young teenage Cait Vi AUs are some of my favourites, just because of how adorable their season 1 act 1 selves are. So I haven't read, maybe I should, because maybe I would enjoy it. Have any ideas on headcanons for that? No, not really. If they manage to be childhood sweethearts, perhaps meeting during the heist. I know. And then also with Caitlyn breaking Vi out of prison, I know that would have been very cute. What would be a really, just very domestic Cait and Vi, just them at a coffee shop or something like that would be really cute. Have you seen some of the concept art from the Arcane book? The in development version of the Cait Vi prison scene and the storyboard animatic were posted recently. Yeah, see, okay, so that's in the analysis video. Is that real or is it not? Is the leaked storyboard actually the storyboard, or has someone just made it and they're just looking for a bit of fame? Because otherwise it's interesting, isn't it? I don't know if it is or not, and I need to kind of work out whether it is. I don't know if it's just somebody looking for the quick 15 minutes of fame. Right, let me just do Vi's tail, otherwise I'm gonna little fluffy spiky raccoon tail. I like the idea the tail's pointing straight up because she's so angry with Jinx. That's quite cute. I like that. Yeah, that works there. Okay. Now let's just put all these layers back on so we can colour it in and work out where everything is. I've got everything on so many layers. Hang on. What was it you just asked me? Fan fictions. Cait Vi fanfic ideas. How PG do you want this? Cait Vi fanfic ideas. I mean, you could go a lot further. I saw a vampire one somewhere, like a fan art of it, and then I think it led to a smart, I don't know. But there's that. I think a concept where if Cassandra or Vanda could have met Caitlyn, I think that would have been very interesting. I think that would have changed things a lot. It's a shame because they never really got to meet their parents. I mean, it doesn't seem like Tobias would have been particularly friendly with Vi. So it's a shame. I don't really think Vi would have ever found a sort of family, really, other than Caitlyn. But then, hey, tensions were high, so maybe things have improved. Do I like Vi's tail like that, or do I want it bigger? I can't keep using their names. No, I want it bigger. I want it like that. What I might do is go over the tail. Where's the... Yeah, I'm going to add it in here. Right, this is the last bit I'm going to do, and then I need to go and have some dinner, because my tummy is beginning to really rumble at this point. And then I will continue this in another vid if you guys like it. I'm more than happy to. Yeah, cool. Like it a lot. I like it a lot. Trying to think of some other ideas. Other Cait Vi fan arts. I mean, I would have wanted to see Caitlyn laying on the bed steady. Not like that. But when she was looking after Vi. Soppy as it is, I would have liked to see that a lot. What else could there have been? Just them walking around, because it would have been a nice parallel as well. Because you know when Cait's in the brothel, and she says to that woman, who I think about a lot, she goes like, that woman's she's basically seducing that woman in the brothel, and then the woman goes like, oh, it's amazing, I've only seen the gardens, or pictures of the gardens, and she's talking about the Piltover gardens and stuff. It would have been a nice parallel for Caitlyn to take Vi for a walk around the gardens while she was healing and recovering. You know what I mean? That would have been cute, I think. So maybe something like that. And then maybe... Geez, I don't know. What else could we do? Well, we could take that wherever we wanted to, but... what else could have been a good little segue or something? I just would have wanted to see, like, just cute moments. Like I've said before, I just would have wanted, like, something domestic. I don't know how to describe it anywhere else than that, but I would have wanted just to see them being cute. That's honestly it. That's all I would have wanted, to be honest. I would have wanted the two of them caring for each other rather than fucking arguing all the time. It's all they seem to do in season 2 was argue, and that just annoyed me. Although they did argue in season 1, to be fair. When they both got tied up and she goes, oh, very nice. When Vi goes like, this isn't Silco, we'd already be dead. And she goes, oh, very nice. I still really like that bit. Also, one of you said, like, would you ever go back and rewatch the show on the channel? Probably. Because it makes no sense to go back and watch it on my own. I might as well record it. So maybe I could do that. Right, I'm going to leave it there. I'll do more of the shading on Vi's tail because I'm not quite sure what to do at the moment. I want it to be more spherical and it's not really coming together for me. Let me just try this. Hang on. Let me just... That's a bit better. Yeah, it's a bit better. So I'll carry on with that in the next segment of the video. And I'll just do some more sit-down chat videos like this if you like it. But do let me know. Thank you very, very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, as always. Give it a like if you did. And subscribe. Stick around. And I'll see you next time. And I won't... If you guys don't want me to, I won't carry on with this drawing on my own. I will leave it until this video comes out, and then you let me know what you think in the comments when you watch this, and then I'll carry on with it. Either I'll finish it off and put a post on the community tab, or if you do want me to sit down and finish it with you, then I'm more than happy to do so. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you soon. Bye bye.